Good afternoon. My name is Yordan Hernandez, and today I'm going to be talking about the needs analysis portion of the ADDIE model, including its importance, what its expected results are, as well as some factors that contribute to it. So let's begin. Why do a needs analysis? A needs analysis is essential as it provides vital information on the demands of the organization, the current profile of the employees, and what the employees need to be successful in their respective positions. This is an important process required to maximize the effect of the training program and reduce the likelihood of rejection or failure. There are both pros and cons to doing a needs analysis, so we're going to start with the pros. 1 helps determine who needs to be trained. 2 helps determine what they need to be trained on. For example, you could be hired to do a training program for staff on how to use a program on the computer. However, through the needs analysis, you could realize that staff don't necessarily know how to use the computer in the first place. 3 helps determine priority of training opportunities. Once you've identified staff not knowing how to use the computer as a training opportunity as well, you can determine the priority alongside with not knowing how to use the program on the computer. 4 helps improve the quality of the training intervention. If you're focused on the correct issues and you're providing it to the correct people in the correct way, you're more likely to find the better solution. 5 can potentially improve staff morale if successful. If staff feel listened to and they have a training program that is tailored to them, they are more likely to feel like they have a purpose as well as improve productivity. 6 ensures funds and resources are maximized in their use and effectiveness. It takes money to provide training, therefore, providing training on the wrong problem is essentially wasteful. On the other hand, cons, the process is time consuming. There is a lot of information that needs to be looked at as far as the organization and employees. 2, the process is costly. This is because it is very time consuming. 3, low response rates from employees. Staff aren't always willing to participate, complete, or respond truthfully to surveys or other means of obtaining information from them, which essentially makes a needs analysis somewhat unsuccessful. 4, organization needs sometimes change faster than the time it takes to finish a needs analysis. Because it is so time consuming, by the time the needs analysis is finished, it's possible the organization is no longer focused on the original problem or the original set of employees. 5 can potentially require a lot of coordination of many moving parts in the organization. Because there is a lot of information that needs to be looked at that comes from many different resources, it can be difficult to coordinate getting the information necessary from all of them at the same time or getting all the parties together at the same time in order to complete the needs analysis. 6, employees have a negative perception of the assessment. At times, employees have fear that their truthful responses to these questions can get them negative consequences from their employer. Next, we're going to be learning about the expected outcomes of a needs analysis, and there are a few. 1, you learn about the employee's skills, competencies, and capabilities, what they're actually able to do and know how to do. 2, employee's profile, background, and experience, essentially what shapes the employee. 3, employee's motivations, aspirations, and perceptions/feelings, what the employee expects and is open to as far as the intervention. 4, you find unrecognized knowledge gaps. 5, you learn about the organization's goals and missions, what they stand for and where they are headed. 6, the organization's standard of success for the position, employee, and training intervention. 7, the organization's expectations of the employee, position, and training intervention. 8, potential obstacles, other factors that may need to be addressed before or during the expected training. And 9, employee organization understanding, whether the employee knows and understands what is expected of them. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about the tasks that are involved in developing and performing a needs analysis. The first and the most important at the very top is recognize the people in charge and the subject matter experts. The reason that it's important to recognize these people is because they are the ones that are deciding whether or not you get to do a needs analysis in the first place. They also decide what information you have access to and who you get to speak to, as well as how much time you get to spend on this process. The subject matter experts are also exceptionally important because they are the ones that know the ins and outs of the company, as well as the ins and outs of the position that you're training for. So their support and their cooperation is key to the development of your training. Next, you move on to establish the goal of the training request. So it's important to understand the end result that is expected by the organization from the training. What is it that they hope their employees get out of it? What is it they hope that they improve it? And what is it they hope to use their employees' new skills towards? And lastly, when actually performing a needs analysis, some of the best places to obtain the information necessary to complete it are employee human resource records. You can do focus groups with employees and staff, provide surveys, or do interviews with the people in charge, subject matter experts, employees, or anybody that has any information that could somehow influence or benefit the training. And lastly, observation. Observation is by far the best way to obtain information, as the employees are actually observed in their natural environment doing their work, and it's easier to see any outside elements that could influence their productivity or their effectiveness in doing their task. So it's the best way to get raw information that anybody who is reporting could have somehow missed. That is the end of my small presentation on the importance of a needs analysis, as well as what its expected outcomes are and some factors that go into it. Thank you very much.